Okay, so we've reached the 15th at Harbour Town, 482 par 5. Reachable in 2 from the white tees if you get the big drive off the tee. You can see the bunkers line the left side of the fairway with the trees beyond those left bunkers. To the right we've just got a tree line, a little bunker at 150. We can see the bunkers on the left-hand side start at just under 200 yards, so be aware of that. Make sure you've got your aim right. If you're hitting the fade, make sure you know where you're going to start the golf ball and play to where it finishes. A left to right shot, we're going to be aiming down that left side, maybe taking on that tree line, bringing it back to the middle. A draw, not so sure whether it suits this hole entirely, because if I go to the right here, I've got some limbs of the tree here which are going to be certainly catching that initial launch of the golf ball. So a straight or a left to right would be a good option. If you're going to hit draw, just be careful that you don't overdraw the shot into the left hand, you know, the hazards on the left hand side of the hole. So I'm going to go with the driver. Let's see what we can do on this hole. Let's get the driver out. For me, I'm hitting this, I usually carry it about 250 on this simulator, so rolling it out to about 270 max. So let's go with the driver. And from my last tee shot with the driver, a little left to right, so set myself up with that little fade. And again, just that little fade shot, going to go down the right-hand half of the fairway. Okay, so after that tee shot, I've now got to look at how I played this second shot. So remember, anyone that if we're talking about the stroke index of the hole, let's have a quick look at hole 15 here on the scorecard. So stroke index is handicap 6 or higher, you're going to be getting a shot. So this is a 4-shot hole to reach for you guys. As a par 5 without a shot, it's a free shotter. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking really risk-wise, have I advanced the ball far enough down the fairway? No, I haven't. I've now got to try and get a 230-yard shot here over the trees, which are 100 yards away. That's a tough shot for me. Probably, you know, depending on where I would be in a tournament, whether I'm really desperate to make birdies. Again, am I going to weigh up the risk of trying to hit it into make an eagle with 1 putt or a 2-putt birdie, or can I just lay a shot down there? I've only got to carry the ball 150 yards to carry this water hazard here, and then to leave myself, you know, about 70, 80 yards into the green as a pitch, and I'd be much happy, you know, I'd be very happy with that shot into the green and controlling dispersion and distance. So I'm going to look at playing this about about 190. So I'm going to look at my, you know, taking a 6-iron here and playing it over the edge of the tree line there and carrying it over that water hazard. Okay, so my little fade, edge of the trees, just brought it a little bit left to right, played myself up that right-hand side of the fairway. It's always going to be a tricky shot into this green as a third one. I'm looking at the, you know, I'm not going to see the bottom of the hole. There's a little sort of a little hill there, but I'm going to go over this bunker. I've only got a 40-yard pitch shot, so quite happy with that shot there. Struck it nicely and got myself, you know, far enough down there. So now I've got this little pitch yardage in. So this is going to be a short shot, a reduced distance shot with a sand wedge for me for 38 yards. Okay, so knocked it to about 9 feet there. Again, relatively sort of flat green. Most of the greens that we've seen have not got massive slopes in the middle of the greens here. No elephant backs to putt over. So let's see whether we can hole a putt here. I've got 9 feet, which is going to mean I'm just going to roll the ball up to the screen here. Okay, so One putt birdie. So it just goes to show you don't have to be trying to smash the ball maximum distance with your second to get there. You can play it with a strategy. You can work the ball, break the hole down to a number of shots, leave yourself a nice distance into the green that you're confident with a pitch, and then you can roll the putt in a one putt birdie. If for you guys with shots, it's a 4-shotter. If you play 4 shots down there, then broke the hole down to 4 different shots, giving yourself the 4th shot a little pitch distance into the green. Rely on your putting, get good at your putting so you're not taking any more than 2 putts, absolute maximum. And putting, it's all about just making sure, first of all, you get the ball out of the middle of the putter face. And then after that, you can start working on your distance and just making sure your speed is right, making sure the ball, you know, stops just slightly beyond the hole, so you're always getting the ball up to the hole. So, and then you can start looking at breaks, and when you know your speed, you can start then looking at your aim line and where you start the ball to allow for certain breaks on the green. But it's speed dependent break, because you don't get the speed right, it's either going to stay too high of the hole, it's going to drift off. If it's very weak on speed, it's going to drift off to the low side and take too much break. Okay, so that was hole 15. A good strategy there for playing a par 5, a very difficult par 5, so make sure you've got your strategy for hole 15 at Harbour Town Golf Links.